When we just start working, a lot of times we don't know how to behave, what are the right things to do, what are the things we shouldn't do in a workplace, because working is very different from school or college. So, I thought I'm going to make a few videos on work ethics and what are some of the good soft skills to have when you are just starting your professional career. In today's episode, let me share 7 top tips that can help you work effectively with your colleagues, build trust with your bosses, and make a very good name for yourself in the company. Hi everyone, welcome to Insider Gyan. My name is Somi and I'm an IIT Delhi and ISB Hyderabad grad. I have been in management consulting for quite a few years now, and on this channel, I share my college and job experiences. Plus, I bring my friends to share their experiences as well, so that it can help you make better career and job related decisions. Now, the things that I'm going to talk about in today's video, some of these are mistakes that I had done when I started working as well, and I have learned it the hard way. And now that I've been working for about 8 years, I've worked with a lot of junior team members. I see that people don't usually realize a lot of things, but they should, because some things are okay and some things are not okay in a workplace. Number 1, email etiquette. वैसे तो email etiquette पे एक पूरा का पूरा video बन सकता है, but in today's video what I wanted to highlight was whenever someone is sending you an email, you need to acknowledge it. For example, your boss might have asked you to do 3 things and maybe you have already started working on it. But unless you let them know that you have acknowledged his email and you have started working on it and that you will probably be able to submit it in 1 or 2 days, whatever it is, it will keep them hanging and they'll keep wondering, acha email mila ki nahi usko? And there's a unwanted confusion. Also, if an email has been sent to you, don't assume that someone is separately going to come to you and explain the work to you and then you can start working. जैसे email आ गया means you need to start acting on it. And if you have any questions, it's your responsibility to go to your supervisor and clarify all those things. Secondly, meeting etiquette. Again, a topic जिसमें पूरा का पूरा video बन सकता है. But a few key points to note is that number 1, always be on time, if not 5 minutes early. I see a lot of junior resources, especially if it's a very early morning meeting, like about 9 a.m. They'll be late by like 5-10 minutes and they'll take it casually and they'll be like, oh, I got stuck in traffic. And if you are a junior resource, तो एक meeting में नहीं आए, इतना फर्क काम wise नहीं पड़ता. But the thing is, it doesn't leave a good taste in front of the superiors. You will notice that most of your superiors are always on time. And next is always take a notebook with you when you are attending a meeting. Take very detailed notes of what's happening, even if you're not vocally able to participate, because a lot of times you might be the junior most person and your bosses will be talking amongst themselves. But listen what they're saying and take down notes. Sometimes your boss might just ask you to send you all the minutes of the meeting or the notes from that meeting. But even if it doesn't, you know what? If you note down the 5 action items that came out of the meeting and proactively send it to your boss, he will really appreciate it. Thirdly, if you have been given some work, don't wait till your boss is chasing you to submit the work. Because again, it leaves a very bad taste. A lot of times what might happen is, for instance, you are supposed to submit your work by Wednesday. On Tuesday, you realize that you will not be able to meet the timeline. And it's okay. All you need to do is proactively go to them and let them know that, oh, you know what, this task is still on my to-do list, but because of XYZ reasons, I'm not going to be able to submit to you today, but I'm definitely going to have it in your inbox by, say, day after tomorrow. Because what will happen is your supervisor may have planned rest of his work based on this thing that he's going to get from you, and if you are delaying the timeline, then all his other work is also going to be delayed, so he needs to plan for it. Fourthly, learn to say no. A lot of times what happens is you may have 2 reporting lines. You are reporting to 2 people, one of who is a solid reporting line, is your direct boss, and another one is not a direct boss, but he also gives you work sometimes, and you might feel overwhelmed. So in those cases, it's okay to say no, as long as you are able to give a rationale to them that, I am doing this stuff which is a little more time sensitive, which has a lot more priority. So maybe I can do your work 2 days later. I see a lot of junior resources who say yes to everything and then they are not able to do justice to any of the work, and then they are not able to make a connection with any of their bosses. So rather than that, you can take up one piece of work and do that well first before you take up the next piece of work. Under commit, over deliver. That's always the mantra. Now, of course, when I'm saying this, I know that sometimes you might not even have a choice. If there's like 4 things you have to do on that specific day, you have to do and you have to stretch your work. And if you're feeling too overwhelmed, go and talk to your boss and let them know that these are the things which are taking a lot more time than we had expected. So what should we do about it? I'm sure both of you can talk it out and find a solution that works for both of you. Fifth thing, always have a point of view, be assertive and talk out in meetings if you have to say something. ये मिस्टेक मैंने बहुत किया है मेरे शुरुआत के दिनों में. आई यूज्ड टू बी वेरी इंटिमिडेटेड इन मीटिंग रूम्स व्हेन देयर वर सो मेनी सीनियर पीपल टॉकिंग इट आउट, एंड इवन इफ आई हैड अ पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू आई वुड नॉट यूजुअली पुट इट आउट. एंड इंडिया में कल्चर भी बहुत ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है टू लाइक स्पून फीड योर जूनियर्स. द बॉसेस टेल यू एग्जैक्टली द 3 things that you have to do and then you act on it. But people always treasure juniors who are independent, who are bold enough to speak up. And a lot of times also what happens is, being the junior most person, you are closest to the actual work. You are the one who is doing the research work or you are building the model. So there are a lot of those insights that you have which your bosses might not even have. So unless you bring those points up in meetings, no one is going to know, right? Sixth thing, when you are new to a company, go ahead and proactively introduce yourself, especially to your bosses, with your peers as well. You can schedule one-on-one coffee chat so that they get to know you better, you get to know more about the firm and your bosses better, and you build that relationship. Seventh thing, and this is very, very, very important, whenever in doubt, ask. You are not expected to know everything. You are really not expected to know everything, but whenever you don't know something, go and ask your seniors. A lot of time what happens is, if I have given a work to one of my juniors, I feel that I have let him know everything and he should be very clear. But if he still has any questions, then he needs to come and let me know, right, that he has questions. Otherwise, I will never know. So if he's just working on assumptions without clarifying what the real ask is from him, he may spend half a day in waste, giving me something which I don't need. It ends up being a very frustrating and a laborious process unnecessarily. So clarify things beforehand, and whenever you don't know something, ask. So those are all the things that I wanted to share in today's video. There are so many other work ethics and soft skills at a workplace which I want to bring to you guys, maybe in some of the future videos. If you guys like this video, give it a like and share it with your friends, and definitely please subscribe. And if you have any questions or any comments, let me know in the comments down below. I love to interact with you in the comment section, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Till then, bye.